Hawks arrest Bonginkosi Khanyile for contravention of the Riotous Assemblies Act. Hawks members from KwaZulu-Natal crime against the state arrested former MK Party youth leader Bonginkosi Khanyile, 34, on Friday 16 August 2024 for contravention of the Riotous Assemblies Act and conspiracy to commit public violence, which happened in Johannesburg in March this year. It is alleged that Khanyile made a public announcement which was in contravention of the Riotous Assemblies Act. The essence of the announcement was to instigate the citizens of South Africa to protest and commit acts of violence all over the country should the political party of this choice not be on the ballot paper. The announcement also had connotations that the citizens of the country must gather together and loot the country as previously done in July 2021. A criminal case was reported at Brixton Police Station and Khanyile was arrested at Durban Magistrates Court whilst he was appearing for the July 2021 matter. He was released on bail and will reappear in the same court on 23 September 2024 for both cases. During a press briefing which was held in Johannesburg in March this year, Khanyile threatened to declare war if the Independent Electoral Commission (IEC) removed former President Jacob Zuma from the ballot. If they remove MK and remove Zuma as the face of the campaign, there won't be elections in South Africa, he said at the time. Meanwhile, missing dockets expose SAPS underbelly in the fight against GBV. The recently published crime statistics of 2023-2024 presented a grim picture of unfettered crimes against women. The number of suspects arrested for sexual offenses such as rape and attempted rape is shockingly high. According to the report released by then Police Minister Becky Cele, there were 4,783 suspects arrested for sexual offenses related to crimes such as rape and attempted rape. While it is commendable to note that the SAPS has intensified its efforts to track down and arrest perpetrators of the heinous crimes, more needs to be done to eradicate the surge in our society and strengthen the administration of justice to victims. Recently, various media outlets reported that a high number of the gender-based violence GBV cases were closed because dockets had either been stolen or were missing. Such incidents undermine the efforts of the government to promote a safer society for all, especially women and girls who are often the victims of the heinous acts. Moreover, the loss or theft of the dockets wears out citizens' confidence in the justice system to protect them. Against this background, it is important to emphasize that violence against women is an abuse of their human rights and requires a multifaceted approach that includes broad-based stakeholder engagement and support systems to deal with it. The newly appointed police minister has his work cut out for him. First, the responsibility of the minister is to interrogate the misdeeds within the police service that undermine the government's efforts to promote justice for all. As the custodian of national security through the department, the minister needs to be at the forefront of re-evaluating the administrative and systematic challenges of the department to curb the mishandling of dockets and other relevant documents needed for ensuring the successful prosecution of perpetrators. Second, connected to the above point, the minister should increase the resources and training for police officers handling domestic violence and sexual assault cases so that they can handle them sensitively and effectively. The move would enhance security officers' understanding of the importance of the role they played in ensuring justice was administered to the victims and heighten the levels of accountability as the minister strengthens consequence management processes whenever mishandling of dockets occurs. Third, citizens must be involved in facilitating effective support of any initiatives aimed at combating GBV and any forms of violence against women and girls in society. A people and community-centered approach fosters collaboration among strategic partners and co-creates a holistic approach to preventing GBV. More importantly, trust between the policing community and citizenry needs to be rebuilt to deepen partnerships and encourage mutually beneficial collaboration that enhance community safety and crime prevention. Fourth, better policing and crime prevention should be informed insights from data to design targeted interventions that could turn tide of the crowds around. Moreover, the minister could use data to foster accountability across the policing community under his authority and enforce remedial measures where performance was below optimal expectations. Fifth, there is a need to strengthen victim support services at police stations and in communities. The minister must ensure that victim support services in various police stations are well resourced and have competent staff who ensure safe spaces for victims to find help without fear of retribution. Sixth, the minister should advocate for stronger laws and policies that protect the victims and hold perpetrators accountable, including harsher penalties for all forms of sexual offenses. The minister should support the implementation of the National Strategic Plan of Gender-Based Violence and Femicide and determine how his department can fast-track its implementation across the country. Seventh, there is a dire need for community education engagements that aim at educating communities on human rights, GBV, community policing, legislation designed to curb violence of all forms, particularly violence against women, and their role in combating crime at the community level. Such public outreach and education initiatives are influential in shifting people's mindsets and societal attitudes towards crime prevention and eradication. In conclusion, by implementing the strategies, the police minister could play a crucial role in addressing and reducing violence against women in South Africa. A multi-stakeholder approach is crucial for sustaining the efforts. They should be prioritized and supported by the minister and government agencies in the security cluster. For South Africa to overcome and break the vicious cycle of GBV, the law enforcement officials found guilty of gross misconduct will be held accountable. There is hope that the situation will range given the promises of the commitment of the 7th administration and the minister's initiative to address any form of misconduct within the SAPS. The minister has an invaluable opportunity to turn the optimism of the moment into reality and rebuild a police force that is trusted by the citizenry it serves. Dr. Paul Kariuki is the Executive Director of the Democracy Department Program. He writes in his personal capacity. The views expressed in this article are the owners and do not necessarily reflect the views of IOL or independent media. And that's it from Egypt's Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.